Brendan isn't the first federal worker with compromised data. The Office of Personnel Management breach snared personal information on more than 22 million people. Many large breaches, like OPM's, still begin with a simple spear-phishing attack. One Virginia company says it has a new solution. Bring 'em on. Diane Cho got a behind-the-scenes look for National Cybersecurity Awareness Month.
Whether it's a major retailer like Target or Home Depot or the federal government, they all have one thing in common. They're not immune from a cyber attack.
What we see is the 95% case in all of the breaches that we've seen recently is an employee was targeted with an email.
Spear-phishing attacks start with an email that appears to come from someone you know. Jim Rutherford with Invincea says hackers will generally send a group of employees those emails in hopes that someone clicks on it and stumbles on malicious content, which allows a hacker to collect information.
So the attacker knows, aha, I now have control of this machine and this machine. I can start to look around, gather up things like passwords to other machines, move laterally throughout that network, and ultimately capture a lot of intellectual property or whatever it is that they're after.
He says Invincea's solution allows a cyber attack to play out on your computer without compromising your information.
Our unique approach in that is to have the result of clicking on an attachment or clicking on the hyperlink happen inside of a secure, what we call a secure virtual container. It's really an isolated space that has no access to all of the files that you consider important and sensitive.
He says they can also help stop ransomware, where your computer is being held for ransom by an attacker.
This makes really a huge amount of money. By a lot of estimates, there's more money in this kind of activity than in the sale of illegal drugs.
While Rutherford admits there's no single product that can protect against all threats, he says their technology gives customers some breathing room. They don't have to try to stay ahead of attacks. Instead, they can respond to them as they happen.
Traditional antivirus has to know, here's a malicious file, here's another malicious file. It's got to keep track of all the malicious files, which are coming at an alarming rate.
For Government Matters, I'm Diane Cho.